Hello, Ds, and welcome back to the latest Benidorm news update. As usual, we will lead you through the main festivities, celebrations, and events that you might expect in Benidorm town and surrounding region. Plus, we will give you two most important news as for the day of today, and we'll finish all of it with the weather forecast for the upcoming week. So stay tuned. Let's begin. Let's start with a quick tourism update. As you all know, we are not inside of the summer touristic season just yet, which starts at the Easter holidays, during the Easter holidays. But still, right now, we can see already increase of people. And so we can see it that officially, for the first time in a while, there is more British tourists in Benidorm town than national tourists. In winter, it is not common at all. Usually, the vast majority of people who are coming here are pensioners here from Spain, retired people, and then some couples from, yes, there are some British tourists, but there's also a lot of Scandinavians. There's people coming from all over European countries and outside of Europe too. But this time, more than 42, around 43% are British right now in winter these days, and Spanish are around 40%, which is slightly less. Plus, all the other nationalities are also nearby: Scandinavians, Norwegians, Swedish, people from Switzerland, people from Czech Republic, Germans, French, people from Netherlands. Many other countries that have slightly colder climate are coming here to spend some nice time on the sunshine, which we finally got back, as you can see. So definitely busy. Hotels are opening up already. Almost the vast majority of them are already open, and if not, will be opening in the upcoming weeks. And by Easter holidays, which are in April, everything will be open back again. There's boat trips, there's different types of theme parks, Terra Natura, for example, the Mundomar, Aqualandia, and Aquanatura will be opening up later in the year once we're actually able to swim, because now it's still too cold. But towards end of May, that is when it's going to be open, and sometimes Aquanatura opens even earlier than that for tourists coming from colder countries. Thus, a lot of people, a lot of things to see, a lot of things to do in our region on your holidays. Apart from that, there are some important celebrations. We've let you know already in the previous news that we have Fallas. Fallas is a typical celebration of Valencian community. These are giant sculptures made of wood and easily burning materials, authentic pieces of art. You can see a couple of them here on the screen. And these are burned to the ground on the last day of Fallas to bring some good luck in this year, 2025. This is a typical tradition of our region. There was going to be mascleta. There will be mascleta, which are firecrackers with a specific rhythm, like fireworks, but a sound firework, if you know what I mean. There's also a lot of other types of celebrations on the streets, and it's going to be from 15th till 19th of March. On 17th of March, there's going to be St. Patrick's Day that is widely celebrated on the British Street, aka the Girona Street here in Benidorm town, all Rincon de Loix in general, and all the British area. There's going to be a big celebration. Every single year we go there and film it for you guys, and this year it's going to be no exception. And we also have some nice new cameras that we would like to try out. So it's simply ideal. Then we have one more event that will be happening tomorrow in Altea. So if you are here in the area and you are a fan of chess, you can go to Altea Town Hall, because on that square, there's going to be a giant live chess match. Chess game with live figures. People dressed up as figurines will be playing chess. And there's going to be also small chess everywhere, and children, adults will be able to play too. This is something interesting and unusual that if you are into chess, you will definitely like to see, even if you are on holidays. So the event will start at 10:30 tomorrow morning, right by Altea Town Hall on the square, and it's free of charge, of course. The second news is something curious that you never expect what life will bring you. You know, there is a saying here in Spain that life is something that is happening while you plan how you want your life to be. And this is the vivid example of it, actually. This past week, there was a robbery in one of Benidorm restaurants. This happened during nighttime, and since there is a lot of police control on the streets, there's constant cars passing by. You might have seen it if you've been here on holidays, or you've seen it in our videos too. And police controls everything. So they've been alerted. They went there in question of seconds, minute, and they've seen three people robbing a restaurant inside of it, trying to get out of it as much as they can. These people were arrested on the spot. And once, obviously, you needed to register it, so they found who the owner is. And once they got the owner's documents, they were in a complete shock. As a result, the owner got arrested as well. But we would think, okay, that makes sense. The owner had something to do with it. Maybe he planned the robbery. Maybe he wanted the insurance to kick in. He needed the money. But no, it's not because of the stolen goods. It is because the owner has been hiding in Benidorm town for quite a while, and he is in active search in France. The international police was searching him in France due to some specific crimes, due to capital issues and money that he couldn't say where this money came from, traveling with money illegally hidden inside of the vehicle. So he was in search to go to prison. But he stayed in Benidorm. He even opened a business here. And at the end, he got caught because his restaurant has been robbed. And like this, police officers has seen his identity. So now what's going to be happening is that they've sent him probably already by now to France, back to France, and he still has around 1 year and 4 months of jail time. So there we go. You never know what might happen while you're planning your life. Things like this, a robbery in a restaurant. Who would have thought that it's going to be the restaurant where the owner is someone who's being in search from the French police? That's what's happening here in Benidorm town. And I cannot get tired of telling that for some reason, many criminals, not many, but some criminals are choosing Benidorm town to hide here. My personal hypothesis would be that they know there's a lot of foreigners here. They know there's a lot of tourists here. And if you're not Spanish, somehow inside of the place where people are constantly changing, there's so many faces that are not Spanish, being a stranger doesn't catch anyone's attention, you know? So that's probably why he was able to start here a business and live his life up until this happened. So now he'll have to pay for what he did, and probably then he'll just come back and live here as he was doing right before this issue ever occurred. And now let's talk about another fire that happened in the privileged location in Armanello in Rincon de Loix, right where the brand new neighborhood will rise up from the ground. Giant skyscrapers, both residential and touristic apartment complexes, swimming pools, gardens, parks, playgrounds, everything to clean this area and to make it even better, and more living property options for those who want to live in Benidorm town, because there's a lot of people who want to move here and relocate to Spain. This reminds us, if you're planning on relocating to Spain, on this channel, you know that we talk mostly about tourism, but we have our channel Spain Unlocked. We just love this name. And in that channel, we are starting to post information videos about everything related to relocation and retirement in Spain. Private health insurances, properties, property purchase, rentals, private public schools, anything you need to know, prices inside of supermarkets, all of it will be on that channel. So subscribe to help us reach more audience. It's free for you, but for us, it will help to push our videos forward and reach those who are interested in living here in Spain. So speaking about relocation, this is going to be a brand new neighborhood. You've seen already quite a lot of pictures here on the channel by now. And that area is quite a hot spot in Benidorm still. There are many empty houses out there, villas, authentic villas, gorgeous villas that have been abandoned for a while. Of its owners just abandoned them and went to live in a different area. But by now, they are illegally occupied by different types of families who live there with children, who have their businesses, who have their jobs, but they just chose to live in these houses because they kind of they do belong to someone, but they feel like they don't belong to anyone because no one asked, no one told them anything. There's no owners, no nothing. It's abandoned completely. So they just went and started to live there. And this would not be a problem, except for the fact that this new plan has to be put in place. And a couple of years ago, we had a giant, I think it was already a couple of years ago, we've had a giant fire in that area. Some people even had to be evacuated from nearby buildings. And there were helicopters flying around picking up water by the old town's viewpoint. We were worried. There were sirens as well being heard in the city. Thus, we were really, really worried. And after this, we've had a couple of smaller fires originated in that specific area. And one of them was just last Sunday. Luckily, police and firefighters know about this hotspot, so they're checking it non-stop. As soon as they see any kind of fume, anything originating there, they go there directly. They know what's going on, and locals and neighbors do address it and do alert authorities in case they see something suspicious to prevent bigger fires from happening like the previous one. And all of this is because of the anger that people who live there feel. They do not want to abandon the area. I get it. You're right in the middle of Benidorm. Everything is close. You're having a free place to live, basically. And you will do not want to pay rent as anyone else, right? That's how they're thinking, probably. So they feel like it's theirs and there's no right for local authorities to just throw them away to the street or for them to search another accommodation. So that is what is actually going on. They're trying to put as much garbage as possible. They're trying to cause fires and issues by saying that we will stay here and we will do whatever it takes to stay. So we are alert. Probably once big machinery will come to that area and start working. There's already roads being built actually, but once the actual ground will be cleaned, I think then we might have a bigger issue. But since everyone are alert, I don't think we will have a major fire out here. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And now let's talk about the weather. What is actually going on? What's going to be happening if finally we have this blue, blue sky? Finally, we're able to walk on the sunshine just a little bit. If we're able to enjoy, the Dana is over. We've had about a week of strong wind storms, just ugly, very ugly, cold, wet, rainy days here in all Valencian community. In some parts, classes were canceled in schools for 3 days straight. In Benidorm, it was just for one day, but many people decided to leave their children at home because it was raining and there was a really, really strong wind. So they decided to avoid it just in case. And overall, we're back to kind of normal weather. There is still some strong wind every now and then. Whenever the sun hides right behind the clouds, it is chilly, not gonna lie, but on the sunshine, it's nice and gorgeous weather. Overall, it's not summer just yet, so obviously, flip-flops for us, it's too much. I get that some tourists actually do wear flip-flops and sandals, but for us locals, it's still too much. We start wearing them from end of May, probably, more or less. That's when we start to wear like open shoes, not earlier than that. And overall, it's sunny, it's nice, it's warm today. It's around 17, 18 degrees on the sunshine. If you stay long enough, it does feel like very, very warm. So it feels like it's 20, maybe even slightly more. But in reality, it's around 16 to 18 degrees. Still a very pleasant time, especially when the sun is out. Many people are enjoying their day on the outside. And tourists are very, very happy that the weather finally got back to normal. There might be some cloudy days. There might be some days where it's just going to be a tiniest bit of rain somewhere nearby. But the good news is that this type of week, these types of storms are typical in spring. So once they pass, we should have a normal already to our region weather, which is a lot of sunshine, and lovely comfy degrees for this time of the year. Swimming, still too cold, but hey, a day on the beach with a swimsuit, enjoying on the warm sand already, this is always available. Thank you for accompanying us in today's video. If you want to see more videos like these, discover Benidorm, Costa Blanca, and sunny country of Spain, don't forget to click a like, comment down below anything you have to share with other fellow travelers and fans of Spain, and we'll see you in a new video here on the channel. Some great videos are coming up very, very soon. We'll see you then. Bye, dears.